right, 19 minutes after 7 o'clock. Good morning. It is Wednesday, July 5th, 2017, and you are listening to AM Ocala Live on WOCA The Source. We are broadcasting live from the Paddock Mall just outside the WOCA commissary, where you too can get a, what do you want to get today, Robin? A bowl of rice.
There you go.
You can get a bowl of rice in there.
There you go.
Now that's a commissary.
Rice over there.
Good morning, Robin.
Good morning, Larry.
And Dr. Heidi Maier is in the studio. Good morning, Doctor.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm great.
And
thanks.
Kevin Christian is in the studio. Good morning, sir.
Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. Did you have a good 4th of July, everybody?
Absolutely.
We
Yeah?
did, yes.
Yeah,
Nice.
Robin and I went to see fireworks at Top of the
Oh,
World.
there you go.
That's
Yeah.
the best place, right on top
what
of the
I've heard.
world.
That's what I've heard.
What a name, huh? On top of the world.
Looking down on creation. Oh, wait, that's
I
a
always
song.
think
There
that.
you go.
I always think that. I always think that. Yeah, that
There
shows
you
we're
go.
old enough to remember that song. Do you remember that?
It's the love that I found ever since you've been around. Your love's put me at the top of the world.
Yay!
Thank you. Cheers.
Very good. Very good. So we're going to talk about the schools, but you guys are here. I want to talk about you a little bit since we're informal right now. We get formal after the bottom of the hour.
Oh, okay.
So did you see fireworks yesterday?
Absolutely.
Where'd you go?
Actually, I was at my house. I live on a little
Oh.
lake. And
Was it a war
there were
zone?
6 different places doing fireworks at the same time.
Oh, how cool.
I just looked out my back door.
How
was wonderful.
cool.
Well, that is
nice.
cool. Where did you see fireworks?
I watched them streamed live from Disney.
Oh, right. Did you really?
I
That's
did.
okay.
I did.
I think Disney has the best fireworks. I hate to
amazing.
tell everybody else, but I mean, we saw really good ones yesterday.
Yeah, we did. Never been there before.
We never
4th of
went,
July
and it
on
was
top of the world. It was
so
outstanding.
crowded. And we found a place between all these other people. Little did we know, we were just across the street from where they were launching them.
Oh, goodness.
So it was really cool.
I hear the traffic is really, really easy to maneuver for that show compared to other shows in the area.
I
was.
think that's true. Yeah, there was a lot of traffic too. Robin was guessing 10,000 people. I don't know if that's true or not. It
And a
was
lot of traffic
huge.
control guys there with the flashlights and everything. They had their act together. They knew how to do it.
Good.
They were good.
So now we're done with that one, huh? What's next? When does your vacation end soon? Did I see you put something on Facebook, Heidi?
We had a long weekend. So
Oh, but are you back in school already? I mean,
back in school
I mean,
now.
school's out, right? But
School's out.
But you guys are working. You're here.
Oh, yes. Getting ready for fall.
Oh my gosh. Well, we got a lot of accolades for you. You
Exciting.
guys have been doing a really good job and proving yourselves as always. And Jim Ross wrote a really nice article in the Star Banner for you guys. When did he actually put that out? Was that yesterday?
Sunday.
Oh, a couple days ago. Yeah. He's a great guy too. We live in a great town. This is part of why I like living here. Is that we all, I don't know, maybe any town I'd know everybody if I lived there long enough, I guess. But this is the one I live in, so I like bumping into people, you know, when seeing people, you know, right? They don't always recognize us though. They know. Oh, wait a minute, you sound familiar.
It's okay.
Well, that's the difference between radio and TV.
Did you have that a lot when you were at Channel 20? People saying, "Wait a minute, do I know you?
I still have it.
Do you really?
And I've been gone from the station for 16 years.
Do I know you? Do they think you're a politician? What do they think you are?
Well, I had one gentleman who thought I was the mayor, but he had a little bit too much to drink that night, so...
Well, I can see the mistake, I guess. And Dr. Mayer, did you, does celebrity affect you at all? Being the school superintendent? No, not at all. We asked Billy Woods, the sheriff, you know, because he was suddenly thrown into that, you know, local celebrity status. And he said, oh, my gosh, it's everywhere. He can't go in. Well, he's got a distinctive look. He's got that mustache and, you know, he's got that look, so. You don't
I'm
have
just
anything?
Heidi.
You're just Heidi.
I'm just Heidi.
Heidi, you're so sweet too. I love reading your posts. You're so kind to us too. Mm-hmm. Thank you for doing all that. For saying these nice things. We're working on a children's book. Did
I
Robin show you the
know.
picture?
I saw the picture on Facebook. I can't wait to read it.
Yeah. It's a long process.
My next literacy festival is going to be April 7th.
Oh,
So I
really?
hope that you all will be
Of next year?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
good.
nice.
Well, keep your fingers crossed. You know, we work with publishers all the time, but that just because you know people doesn't mean they're going to say, yeah, okay. You know, so it's hard. It's hard to publish a children's book.
That's what I understand.
Self-publishing is expensive, you know, especially when there's pictures. If Robin just would write the words, it would be cheap.
That's right. No pictures. A dime.
All right, let me tell you what we're doing. After the bottom of the hour, we will talk to Dr. Heidi Maier and Kevin Christian. We're talking about the state of the schools, I guess, what's coming up in the new school year. There was a story a few weeks ago that I wanted to ask you about the governor signing the education bill and what does it mean for us here in Marion County. I saw some comments. Oh, I still got the Coke 0400 stuff. Look at that. But anyway, so I wanted to ask you about that. Galen Unold to be on at 8:05. The fun topic for Galen is the sports that are not really shouldn't be considered sports. Are darts sports?
It's interesting. Every time we're on your show, Galen is on after us.
Well, he's on every morning.
Okay.
Galen's on every morning. Yeah, he promotes blood donations. Yes.
Absolutely.
News Bites at 8:35. That's when we read the news and don't offer opinion. Laura Burns, you know Laura, coming in from Career Source to give us some information about upcoming jobs or job fairs. Ray Lynn is a country singer. She was on The Voice in 2012, so she's coming on. She's a pretty lady, too. Her Wild Horse album, song she will be performing at the gala dinner at the Children with Diabetes Friends for Life conference today and tomorrow in Orlando. So she's coming out to promote that and that event. Children with diabetes. Wow.
That's scary.
Do you know how we learned about that, by the way? One of the winners at the media festival.
That's wonderful.
One of
to
the
hear.
children did such an amazing video about her life with diabetes.
Oh,
Yeah.
goodness.
Yes.
3 years ago. Yeah.
And she was basically, I mean, it was so well done. You remember this one
I think
by
that
chance?
was a Forest High School video, I think.
Do you remember
I
it though?
do, I do,
And
yeah.
she showed it felt like to me that she did this video so that her fellow students would understand what she's going through and not be afraid of that device that she's wearing. She wore some kind of a device, right?
Like probably a pump.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
I don't
Exactly.
even remember. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Terrence Brooks is a American football safety for the Philadelphia Eagles and a Dunellen, Florida native, which means he probably went to Dunellen High School.
Yep.
Which, I went to Dunellen High School.
A lot of great people have come out of Denellen High School.
There's only 72 days till football season.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow. We're gonna tell him you're a fan.
Oh
Obviously.
my gosh, I cannot wait.
Dr. Sarah Gottfried is coming on 11:05. Dr. Gottfried is a gynecologist. Heidi, you want to
An
stay around?
integrative gynecologist.
I love when Robin is in the room for those.
I think I have an appointment.
I know. It's just, you know what I do, Kevin? I push the button. I say, "Good morning, Dr. Gottfried. How are you? Where are you calling from?" Robin, you have any questions? Fun with Joe today is, this is a good one. Are you smarter than Disney World guests standing in line for the new Pandora Avatar ride? They went up to the Disney guests, I guess, to kill time, help them. It was a 6-hour wait, then it was a 4-hour wait, and a lot of people are doing that fast pass. And
Well, I'm a Disney pass holder, and
Are you really?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yes. Because
you-
I'm a princess, but I need to be home.
Oh, that's great.
Yes,
I'm
but
going to
I
use
have
that
not-
quote.
I have not seen Pandora. I'm not going to wait that long. I'd wait that long for
Yeah, but would you
Beauty
do
and
the
the Beast, but not for.
Can I ask you a question? Because I don't know anything about. I haven't been to Disney in more than a decade.
Oh my gosh.
Oh gosh, you should go, and I will be your tour guide.
Really?
Wow.
Yes.
Isn't that
Oh
nice?
my
Well, I need some information on one thing. Do I have
What?
time for this? Okay. When you get the fast pass, are you
Yes.
limited to using it at only one ride?
You can, if you get your fast pass,
Yeah.
then it's hooked to your magic band, and
Right.
you can have 3.
Oh, 3. So
Yes.
you are limited.
You schedule them.
Yes, you schedule them, and then you use one, you go get another one.
And
Or
how fast is it? Like when you get the fast pass, how quickly?
you walk right through.
You do.
Yes.
Well, it depends on what attraction you're going to. If it's popular, then you may have to come back in an hour or
Right.
whatever.
But once you have it,
Yes.
and you have it on your magic band, you just walk right through.
Gotcha.
See, look, the Disney point.
Oh, no, I like
Right,
that.
right.
That's right. That's right.
Right. So you only get 3 though.
You get 3 at one time, but
At a
then you
time.
can also do the walk up, and you can do the old-fashioned fast pass where you walk up and do the machine.
See, I'm so old-fashioned. I don't
nice.
even know the old-fashioned one. So so you can do that. I thought, well, if there's a way to get in, why don't we all do that? Why is anybody waiting 6 hours? I don't understand that. Why would you do that?
Well, that was when it opened.
But 4 hours now. That's what they say.
It is summer, and everybody comes
right.
to Florida during the summer.
Can you imagine paying, what is it, $125? Can you imagine paying that much money and standing 4 hours?
Well, Well, that's what's great about having a pass.
Yes.
Like I go down, I may do
Oh,
one
yeah,
ride, or
yeah,
I may
yeah,
just get
yeah.
ice cream and sit on Main Street and watch people.
Oh,
That's the best.
How cool
That's
is
the
that?
best. Mm-hmm.
We got to get a pass.
That's what I should do. That's what old people do.
I beg your pardon.
I said that's what old people do. I didn't say you were old. I'm just saying you're doing what old people do.
She's just practicing. She's
What-
not old yet.
Thank you, Robin.
Is Donald Trump talking in the Hall of Presidents? That was a rumor he
They
was.
don't have him yet.
Oh, he's not in there
Not
yet?
yet. Not yet. Not yet. But you should check out the Food and Wine Festival because that starts the end of August, goes through November, and the concert series list is out.
Nice.
Yes, yes.
Nice.
So even I go down for the concert series at Epcot. Love that.
I
That pays for my
think I
ticket.
like Epcot because
Nice.
I'm old.
I don't like Epcot really. It's,
So you're young. That's why.
well, I go to the concert.
I just got another point, didn't I? I
Thank
just
you.
made up
You-
for the mistake I made earlier.
Almost. Keep trying.
Are you a teacher at heart?
Always. Always.
All right, we'll take a little break. We'll be right back. The superintendent of Marion County Public Schools is in the student with the public relations officer,
Yay.
Dr. Heidi, Maier, and Kevin Christian. We'll be right back in just a few minutes.
Fox News Radio, I'm Carmen Roberts. Secretary of State Tillerson calls for global action to deal with a global threat after North Korea tests an ICBM missile.
But it remains to be seen exactly what the U.S. and President Trump can do. Nikki Haley has called for an emergency meeting at the Security Council today at 3 p.m. But really the hopes that China might rein in North Korea are fading. And now it looks like the U.S. may have to do this by itself in one way or another.
Fox's Benjamin Hall. President Trump leaves for Europe this morning for a meeting with world leaders at a G20 summit. In New York City, a gunman ambushes a policewoman overnight.
The officer was assigned with a partner to a mobile command post when a suspect fired through the vehicle's window, striking her in the head.
Police Commissioner James O'Neill, the officer, 48-year-old Mio Sotis Familia, died. Police shot and killed the suspected gunman, Alexander Bonds. Fox News, we report, you decide.
This is a test to find out if you know it all when it comes to children. Time starts now. Name one of the leading killers of U.S. children age 1 to 13. What's the best way to protect children in a car crash? At what age and size should a child start using a booster seat? Where can you find the answers to these questions?
Car crashes are one of the leading killers of U.S. children. Many of those deaths could be prevented by making sure that kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Don't assume you know it all when it comes to car seats for your child. Go to safercar.gov/the-right-seat and know for sure. That's safercar.gov/the-right-seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same or less than the big box stores are selling the cheap stuff. And that's not all. Drywall screws big box stores are $6.47 a pound. At DIY, only $4.99. Plus, DIY has the largest selection of mobile home parts and accessories anywhere. From carpet to doors, get the DIY supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
WOCA gets results.
We'll get advertisers just because they saw the success of the help we gave to a nonprofit. That's what I like.
The Marion County Literacy Council.
Vets Helping Vets, the Arnett House, Habitat for Humanity. And what goes around comes around. So many great advertisers have chosen WOCA to advertise their services and their products simply because they saw the power during a public service campaign.
WOCA gets results.
Hey Ocala, this is Kelly Hart, Executive Editor of Ocala Magazine. Did you know last year Ocala Magazine won more awards in excellence than any other publication in Florida? And this year, Ocala Magazine was named Best Consumer Magazine in the state. Now you can join me every Friday at 10 a.m. on Ocala Magazine Radio, where we bring the pages of Ocala Magazine to life, right here on The Source. Ocala Magazine thanks you for making us number one. And remember, there is only one Ocala Magazine.
Hi,
Hi, I'm Leah Caruso with Strive Rehabilitation, inviting you to tune in to the first and third Thursday of the month at 11 a.m. to learn about the latest advances in healthcare available right here at home. Ocala Regional Medical Center and Strive have teamed up to bring the most qualified medical professionals on the air to answer your questions and bring information to help you in your decisions concerning your health. Again, that's the first and third Thursday. Health matters.
Hospice of Marion County has an urgent need for volunteers to share a conversation with someone, run errands, hold someone's hand. All you need is a willingness to help others. Our volunteers believe the blessings they receive far exceed the services they offer. Will you consider serving, caring, and making a difference? Call today, 873-7441. Hospice of Marion County, making more moments of life possible.
Hi, this is Vanessa Lane Jennings with the Jennings Law Firm, located here in beautiful Ocala. Join me every single Friday at 10:30 for Legal Lane. We'll be discussing various legal topics such as family law, criminal law, contracts, and much more. So this is your chance to call in with your legal questions and have them answered. That's every Friday, 10:30, right here, WOCA, The Source.
All right, 25 minutes before 8 o'clock. Beautiful Wednesday morning. Hope you had a good 4th of July holiday yesterday. If you got to see fireworks, then you are... You know, it wasn't hard to see them. Everybody had fireworks yesterday. I mean, they sell them to everybody. And you have to sign this paper that says it's for agricultural purposes. So obviously we're all farmers on the 4th of July.
And it's been that way for years.
Years ago, Robin and I created a duo, and we called ourselves Robin and the Giant. I think you know that. And we took that, and we were writing and producing children's music, and we took that music to the schools, and the Marion County schools became, of course, our primary audience, I guess you would say. And so we got to know a lot of these schools. But just traveling around, this is a huge county. And we saw so many children. It was such a great experience for us. So I know that we have some wonderful schools in this school system. Jim Ross from the Ocala Star-Banner, if he doesn't sue me for this, I'm going to read something he wrote. This is from July 2nd. He wrote, Marion County's public school system had something to celebrate last week. School grades came out, and they were very good. 20 schools improved their grades from last year. 3 schools improved by 2 letter grades. Way to go, Fessenden, Sunrise, and Marion Oaks Elementary. 26 schools kept the same grade. 2 schools dropped. If you want a full account, including, I think it has a blank. I don't know what that is. Maybe that was just the way it printed up. And you can find a link at their website. Anyway, congratulations to the students, and also congratulations to the 2 people in the studio right now. Dr. Heidi Maier and Kevin Krishner are here, and so the work you have been doing is showing the fruits of its labor. You had promised, according to his article, by 2018 we would see results. We're seeing them already, which is what he points out, which is awesome. So congratulations to you.
Well, we'll take that congratulations on behalf of the team. We've got great
Well, good
people.
for you. And this is the way you always are.
Great things.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Right, Kevin?
Well, it is a team effort.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, sure is. Yeah, but the leadership, it makes a difference. Otherwise, we wouldn't see differences.
Yeah, but I always say if you can't be a leader if you don't have followers.
That's true. Yeah, nobody would have cheered when Moses separated the water, right?
That's right.
It's just been him walking across that.
People who were listening to him. So
yeah.
I think I know Dr. Maier would echo these sentiments. Is that it is a great team in place, but the team includes students, teachers, administrators, district leaders. It includes everybody. We're all on the same team here.
Families.
Yes.
Parents. Yes.
Can I tell you a part of this whole picture that I'm confused about? I don't even know, and forgive me or excuse me for being ignorant on this. I don't know what a charter school actually is. What is a charter school?
A charter school is a public school, first and foremost. A lot of people think they're private schools, but they're not.
Okay.
They are public schools operated with public tax dollars. Every student has a right to go to a charter school if they desire. But charter schools can be managed and operated by private for-profit enterprises, which is totally different than a public school system in the state of Florida.
Okay.
So there's 2 different mind thoughts there, if you will. is that you have the public school system, then you have charter schools, which can be more selective in their students that they accept. They do not have to have.
Does that mean there's a tuition if it's a for-profit?
No
tuition.
There's not tuition. Those expenses are paid with public tax dollars. They can, of course, have donations and those kinds of things too. But charter schools are not held to the same accountability that public schools, traditional public schools, are held.
Okay. Because it seemed like on the list, oh gosh, I'm cringing because I'm not sure I'm right, but it seemed like on the list, those were the ones that had the most problems.
No, not necessarily.
No? Okay.
At least academically. Now, if you look at them across the state, there are a lot of charter schools that have a lot of problems.
And the budget that the governor signed a month ago or so, does that affect them?
Dr. Maier?
Yeah?
Be kind.
Oh, I pushed the button. I didn't mean to.
Already.
It does. You're talking about the House Bill 7069?
I guess.
That's it.
Yeah.
I have my notes here.
Which,
So tell me. Can I tell you? Okay, this is an article I saved until you came in here. When was this? This was June 15th, so it's a little half a month ago. Okay. Governor Scott signs mammoth education bill despite calls for veto, is what the headline says. And then he gives a little rundown about the education bill, but that's not what I want to read to you because you already know this stuff, and I want you to share your thoughts with us. What I wanted to read was from the other superintendents. Barbara Jenkins from Orange County said, "We are disappointed that Governor Scott did not veto House Bill 7069. Polk County Public School Superintendent, I'm sorry, I don't have that name. Words cannot express our disappointment with the signing." Okay, and then Seminole County Schools Superintendent Dr. Walt Griffin, "We are greatly disappointed." Are you on board with the disappointment that they're expressing?
Disappointed is an understatement. I'm
okay. Help us understand this.
I'm embarrassed for what he did. I continue to say that a parent has the right to choose where their child goes. Nobody knows that child better than the parent. A parent is a child's first and best teacher. So if a parent chooses a charter school, that is that parent's right. However, all I want is an equitable playing field, and this bill does not provide an equitable playing field for us. When charter schools now are getting equitable equitable tax dollars to fund them, yet are not held to the same accountability. They do not.
Okay.
Yeah, like with a building, they are not held to the same standards for buildings as public schools are.
Really?
They are not. When the governor wants to celebrate the fact that he's now mandating recess, well, we were going to do that anyway before he even signed the bill, but charter schools do not have to offer recess.
Oh my.
Yeah, they don't.
Even though he's mandating it.
Yes,
Okay,
they were exempt. And so let's say Larry goes to a charter school and he's not doing so well and he's getting bad grades. So he decides, his parents say, we're going to send you back to public school. You come with the bad grades that affect the public school's grade, but your funding stays with the charter school.
Oh my.
What?
Oh my,
Yes.
yes. Exactly.
How does that?
And they do that.
How does that make sense to anybody?
It doesn't. But the governor got his tourism dollars that he wanted, and he sold out my 42,000 children and the rest of the children in the state of Florida for his tourism dollars.
Okay.
This may be where Kevin wants to come in. And
That was the.
I try to bring her back.
That was the Enterprise Florida
But
Visit Florida thing.
Exactly. And if our school board would have,
Oh my gosh,
but
you
if our school board would have operated for anything in behind the scenes, like the governor did with the speaker and those to get this passed, our school board would have been held
They would have been
accountable.
removed from office.
Exactly,
Yes.
for violating sunshine.
Yes.
So if nothing else, the duplicity of how this was put together is embarrassing and
It started out as a 6-page bill, I believe.
Yes.
6 pages, 7 pages maybe. it ended up being over 220 pages long, done at the last minute, at the last hour, behind closed doors, out of the sunshine. So that's where a lot of the questionability comes from.
Exactly.
Wow.
And we're still going through it, trying to figure
So
out.
thank you. In that short amount of time, I understand it better. And because both of those stories, the education bill and the Visit Florida, Enterprise Florida, whatever they're called, those two things were also in the news at the same time.
Yes.
And I never connected the dots. Now you've helped me understand this better.
Thank you.
So, and what I said about that is, why do we as taxpayers I can see some of it, but doesn't Disney World have enough money? Can't they advertise themselves? I mean, why does tourism dollars even need to exist? If we have enough, I guess it doesn't matter, but if it takes away from the kids, wouldn't that be the priority?
One would think.
If we didn't have the tourism dollars, we would have a state income tax. And those are dirty words.
Especially when you're running for senator.
Okay, but tourists came here because this was Florida. Disney is here because this is Florida, not the other way around. People didn't start coming here because of Disney. He wasn't even here, right?
Agreed.
So, but they are here, and people do spend money. $125 to stand 4 hours in a line, right? And how much to park?
Yeah.
Another 15 or 20 bucks.
So my point.
Not if you have a pass.
Yeah.
It's free parking.
Oh, good.
So my point is that if tourism dollars pay for whatever, so that we don't need an income tax, won't those tourism dollars still be there? Because these businesses rely on.
Well, realize tourism dollars are volatile. It would take one terrorist attack, and those tourism dollars would plummet.
Okay.
So it's not a guaranteed source.
So did you have to? Well, maybe I know you had to. So let me ask you: not did you have to make any changes? What changes did you make in order to compensate for the changes he made?
It affected our budget. So we are still scrambling, and our chief financial officer, Ms. Boston Ellis, who is simply fabulous. I rest easy knowing she's got this under control. She's working on that. We are we're still going through every line to see what we have to adjust policy-wise and employee-wise. So we are working on that. And it's here. It's reality as much as we don't like it, and we'll continue to work on overturning and adjusting to it. But it's our reality now, so we will work with it. We will make the best of it, and we will find a way, or we will make our own. So we're going to make the best out of this for our kids and make sure that they aren't harmed by this.
Was there anything good in it at all, in the bill?
I think there are some things that folks would say are good.
Your face said it all.
Go ahead,
Dr.
Kevin.
Maier mentioned the mandatory recess that we were already going to do, so it was a moot point for our district because we were already planning to do that. But there are certainly parents around the state that have argued for that unsuccessfully in the past. So I think that's a good point. Another good point, I think, with all of the computerized testing that we've had and all of the issues that have arisen because of those computer problems, some of those tests are going back to paper and pencil. And that could be good, that could be bad, depending on how you look at it.
And that will be phased in over a few years.
Correct.
So who's to say the next governor won't overturn that?
Has that affected the Common Core input for the school system? Are we going to embrace Common Core in our school system?
No, we will not. Not in Marion County. No, we will not. And again, semantically, Robin, Florida does not use Common Core standards. We use the Florida standards, which, wink, wink, are Common Core with a little bit more algebra and handwriting. So, yeah, wink, wink, yes. So,
another good factor, I think, of it is that it brings the possibility that an ACT or SAT score could be used for a high school student instead of their FSA.
Oh, okay.
Which is their Florida Standards Assessment. You know, some kids just don't test well. I was one of those kids. I graduated as co-valedictorian, but I wasn't a great test taker. Now, I didn't tank, but I didn't do, way up there. So I think that can help kids in some situations. But again, the questionability of this bill is that it was done in secret, behind closed doors.
Yeah. That is kind of weird. Yeah, you're right, especially since we have this law that says nothing can be done in secret.
Exactly.
In fact, I remember when he was running, he called us up on the phone and did an interview for about 10 minutes telling us that everything was going to be transparent. I'm going to paraphrase, but it was pretty much exactly, you will be able to see every pencil that we spent money on. Where? It's not online. We're supposed to be able to go online, and I've said this many times. There's no place I can go. Where's the pencil? Where's the thing I spent on pencils? Oh my gosh.
Well, how did you address this with the school board and the teachers? Did you have a big meeting after he signed this bill, or?
Well, the school board our school board, the majority of our school board signed I don't know if it was a resolution. It was a letter, and they sent it to the governor urging him not to sign House Bill, actually to veto House Bill 7069.
He didn't listen.
And they signed their names to that, as did school boards across the state.
Now, he signed the bill at a private school, right?
He did.
Okay, so that's... Tell me your thoughts on that. I mean, the fact that he went to a private school to sign the bill.
I don't think...
There was something symbolic about that.
I think that speaks loudly for itself.
It does.
No comment beyond that? Your face says everything.
That's why you have the camera.
That's why we have a camera on you, yeah.
Something else I want to point out, charter schools receive what are called PICO dollars, which are basically dollars to maintain the facility that you have or that kind of thing. Public schools used to receive those dollars, but with the onslaught and popularity of charter schools, those PICO dollars have now dwindled down to next to nothing. But yet charter schools still get those dollars, and unless I misunderstand House Bill 7069, charter schools now have the ability to take those dollars and perhaps purchase facilities for their use. And let's say 2, 3, 5, 10 years from now, those operators of those charter schools decide we don't want to do charter schools anymore. So those facilities that were maintained and purchased perhaps with tax dollars, public tax dollars, now belong to those private for-profit corporations that can sell those properties and keep the money for those properties.
So that building would not revert back to the school system.
Oh my gosh.
Exactly.
How could they not see that?
Well, they do see that.
They see that because it helps them. They don't care that we see it. Somebody texted me and asked me to ask you about the lottery. I think I know the answer, but explain the role the lottery plays in this.
The lottery was initiated to supplement the budget, the education budget. And what has happened over the years is that because there are lottery dollars, the budget has decreased because, we have lottery dollars to help. That is a summary.
It's
My
a
summary.
It's a shell
That's
game.
what I thought it was.
Yeah, exactly. It's not supplementing anymore.
And what lottery dollars really boil down to today are school recognition dollars.
Okay, and that's really maybe the more important question.
Dollars come down to.
Maybe that's what they wanted me to ask. But that's what we read in the news, is that your grade affects how much of that lottery money you get.
That is absolutely true. And you'll see billboards that say, over the last 20 years, $20 billion to education. And that's not wrong. That's accurate. But the way that money has been funneled is the question part. Let's say the legislature used to set aside $20 million before the lottery, $20 billion, $200 million, whatever number you want to use. Let's say it's $20 million. Well, then suddenly lottery dollars came into the picture, and they said, okay, instead of $20 million, we're going to do $10 million and use $10 million of lottery dollars. And then the next year, we're going to use $5 million and $15 million of lottery dollars. And then it's just gone back and forth to where it's almost kind of a wash now. Wow. And we both kind of chuckle when people ask about the lottery because it is a misnomer. Yes, it does provide funding, but in our district, we're talking maybe I think it was $2.8 million last year. And those were mainly for school recognition dollars, schools that had either had maintained their A-letter grades or improved their letter grades. And they get a dollar amount per student.
And are you do you agree with the whole letter grade way of doing it? I mean, do you agree with that? The letter grade being a way to decide that a school is doing well or not? The reason I'm asking is because we all know kids. We all know kids who are in class doing well, even though the school gets a bad grade.
Well, I think we need to applaud our teachers, our students, our families for the improvement that we saw in our grades.
Yeah.
But I think there's so much more that goes into a successful student than just what we see in this letter grade. And like you said, when you have students who come to us disadvantaged, or if they start, let's say they start third grade, but they're on a first grade level, and that teacher can get them to second grade level.
Yes.
It doesn't count with the school grade, but it sure counts for that student. It sure means a lot to that teacher. So
Right.
I think we need to look at how the school grades are done.
Yeah.
Plus, school letter grades only take into account a handful of days out of the year.
Right.
We have 180 days of school. And that test happens in March, April.
Oh.
So you're only taking
Oh,
a
okay.
snapshot
Yeah.
of a school at that given time.
Yeah.
So, it is what we have to work with.
The idea of
Right. Yeah.
improvement is what we talked about last time you were here, and to me, if you can't include that in on the final number, then you're missing a big picture, a big part of the picture. If a teacher is doing a really good job of bringing the first grader up to third grade level, and he's in third grade, and she doesn't get recognized for that achievement, that's crazy. That's a big improvement for that one student.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So.
And that same teacher can be penalized for other students who don't make a full year's growth. They may make half a year's growth, but they're penalized because it's not a full year's growth. And that's a really complex topic called VAM, and that's for the next interview. But it's just.
So who's your advocate in Tallahassee? Obviously, the governor is not listening to whoever it is, but who is it? Who do we write to besides the governor? In other words, who's the top education person in the Capitol? Who's that person?
We have a commissioner of education, but that person is appointed by the governor. So.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. So he's a.
When you had emailed us the press release about the school grades, and we post everything on Facebook for the people, there were a few people commenting on it, saying they were surprised at the schools that did not do well because their children were excelling. They were doing well, and they couldn't figure out why.
And that's what the test doesn't reflect.
Yeah.
It's just, I always tell parents, because I get calls all the time, oh, what letter grade did this school get? And what grade did this school get? And we share that, obviously, but I always say, please go visit that school.
Right.
You need to see what's happening at that school. Talk with those teachers, talk with that principal to really get a better feel for that school, because we have great schools. Maybe they didn't advance a letter grade this year, but that doesn't mean they're still not great schools.
Absolutely. I love that. That's a great statement. I think that's probably why I opened up this segment the way I did, talking about visiting the schools. We had this privilege. You know what? They're also short, though, the people. Are you not feeding them enough? I walk through those halls, and everybody is so small.
It doesn't have anything to do with it. You're like 7'3", right?
Well, what's really wonderful about what you, Dr. Maier, and Kevin does is you recognize all of the talents for all of the students. You have everything to encompass everybody's needs and their passions. I mean, art, music, academics, Marion Technical Institute for the hands-on, for machines and things, and that's really to be commended too. People shouldn't overlook that.
Agreed. And it is an exciting time in Marion County Public Schools when we are looking at our students and celebrating the talents that they have, because every student is gifted. And now with our initiative with choice options and expanding magnet programs, these students who previously may not have had a connection to school, or they could not see the relevance in school and learning, now will have that opportunity. And again, I say that my goal as superintendent was to give every child in Marion County the opportunities that my son Jack had, and for them to be successful. Once we provide those opportunities, then I'm going to ask parents and families to step in, because now it's your turn to support that child. But we will help you navigate the system. We will help you choose the right path for your child. But the opportunities and the choices are here now, and it's very exciting. Really, it is.
Very good. Congratulations on all your great work. You guys are you work hard, you work all the time. It's the 5th of July. You're working. Yay! Thank you for what you do for all of us, and congratulations on the success. Thanks. By the way, your portraits will be up at the library. You know that big banner I did?
From last time.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Did you ever see yours?
I did.
Yeah?
You posted it online.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yes.
And what's really wonderful about the both of you, too, is that you always have this open door policy for the parents of the students or the guardians, because sometimes
Absolutely.
the students don't have parents.
We're called
And
a
you have the
public
open
school
door.
system for a reason. We really are. I mean,
Yeah.
we're open to the public. We people come into our offices all the time talking about our system, good and bad. And,
The only
you know,
time
we're
we
not a
were
perfect
ever in your
system.
office, first of all, you knew it was us just by our voice.
Yes.
You knew it was us. And then we said to Kevin, we said, we're here to ask you a favor. And he had this look, oh, jeez. And then we said, can you do the Queen's Wave? Oh, that's it? Okay. Oh, I can do the Queen's Wave. We didn't get you to do the
I don't even remember
Oh,
what
am I
that
doing
was
it wrong?
for.
It was for the Children's Cranial.
Facial
There you go.
Association. We were
Thank you.
raising money for
Thank
them.
you. And they loved it, by the way.
Yeah.
They were so. Thank you for what you both do. We have always thought that the red carpet. What did we used to say? The red carpet. The only VIPs are the children.
Are the children,
you know.
exactly.
So
Yep.
thank you for taking care of our VIPs.
Thank you.
Very important people.
We're working for the little people.
Yes, and they're so small. You should come with me down the hallway one day. Like when classes are changing.
Uh-huh.
Tell me there's not a difference. It's like the sea of heads. They're all down here.
God bless them.
And you might be with them.
Well, I am. That's why I have my heels. Yes.
Thank you, Dr. Heidi Maier and Kevin Christian. Thank you both for what you do and for taking time out of your day to be with us today. All right, we will take a break. Be right back.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOC.